Oh, Alenka's mid-month movie review.
And welcome to Alenka's mid-month movie review, where Alenka reviews a couple of the movies we've already seen on our main feed. Alenka, what are we talking about today?
8 Mile and The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, that's episode 12, The Greatest Showman, and episode 47, Mom Spaghetti, aka 8 Mile. So go check that out if you haven't already. Go watch the movies and then go listen to the episodes.
And then listen to this one.
Yeah, and then listen to this. Come back here. It's going to be like a kind
It's
of
going to be
maze.
quite a journey.
Yeah.
Or just listen. Yeah, do all of it, though,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. But this is our inaugural mid-month movie review starting this November. Why did you pick these movies, Alenka?
Okay, you want to know why? I'll tell you why. It's because when I went to look at our movie list, 8 Mile was the first one on the list. Alphabetical order, baby.
Yep. Okay. That's a good
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, it is. And then, quite honestly, I just kept scrolling, and The Greatest Showman was the next one that jumped out at me. I think because
Because you fucking hated it so much?
I can't wait to talk about this fucking movie. Yeah, maybe because I hated it so much and because I was like, oh man, haven't heard from Daniel in a while.
Yeah,
And that was that.
totally.
That was pretty much it.
Okay, well, let's start alphabetically.
Yeah, okay, because that's the order that I watched them
Yeah.
into.
So tell us, what did you think of 8 Mile, Alenka?
Okay, it was such an intense movie. Like, holy shit, this movie is so intense. And like, Eminem's just such a cutie in it.
Yeah, he's a young. He's kind of
just such
pretty
a
young
cute
there.
little boy. And then Brittany Snow looks a little bit like a crackhead. I'm a
Not
little
Brittany
con-
Snow.
What's her name then?
It's
Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy.
Brittany
yeah.
Murphy. It's almost the same person.
R.I.P. Brittany Murphy.
R.I.P. But still, it's
Kind of timely. There's that doc that just came out about Brittany Murphy and her death.
Really?
Yeah, it totally
Really?
like rips apart her boyfriend at the time, who
Oh, cool.
I think he's still alive. Did he die too?
That's really unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate.
I mean, hopefully he's not still alive because that would be traumatic.
I don't know. I'll have to fact check that one.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 8 Mile, you want like, how do you want me to do this? Like, okay, obviously I liked it. I really enjoyed it. And it's funny because I watched it first instead of The Greatest Showman because I was like, I'm not going to like this movie that much. I was like, The Greatest Showman will be more fun to watch. It will be more showy, more music. I was like,
Yep.
whatever. So I just like threw it on to get it done and was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Was super surprised.
It's a pretty great movie. I'll say, like, when the trailer for this movie came out, I was so fucking hyped because at
Really?
that time I was just 100% white boy loves Eminem. Like grade 7 me just loved. I was so hyped for this movie. The only other movie that got me so hyped through a trailer was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Cute. Now I forget, is this movie supposed to be like the right retelling of his like it's supposed to be him, right?
Yeah, it's like a half dramatic like retelling. It's essentially kind of his life with a few different things out there.
Yeah. So like I don't know all of the Eminem songs, but I will say that like he just seemed like such a sweet boy, like a sweet, hardworking boy. Because like the thing, every like few like scenes I want to say, I would be like, oh, that's such a toxic relationship he has with this person. Oh, he needs to get out of this relationship with this person. And there's like a moment in the movie where like he kind of does. It like starts as soon as he goes to like he sees his like ex, his actual ex in the window, and it's like, oh, he's gonna go back to his ex because
Taryn Manning, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
some lady with a face. And you're like, oh my God, he has nothing now.
Yeah.
And he's going to go back, and then he doesn't. And then he keeps doing his own thing.
Yeah, he does his own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to spoil Straight Outta Compton for you, but this definitely...
I've seen it.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I
okay,
have.
then this definitely, like, I think also, just like that movie, glosses over a bit of Dr. Dre's, past abuse. I think it glosses
Right.
over Eminem as kind of, an abuser a little bit. Not like, he's some of the songs he's written about his ex-girlfriend and also his mom.
Oh,
are
like him as an
horrible.
abuser.
Oh, yeah.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So like the one thing that I feel like I had to chuckle at in the movie every time was like any time that his little sister was like, you know, shocked or like scared or whatever, he would just be like, oh no, baby, it's okay. It's okay, baby. It's over. It's okay. It's okay. And it's like he just totally switches and it's like, I don't
know.
I don't know about
I don't know.
this.
I mean, no, people do that. People can switch it, which is kind of
I guess,
yeah.
but
yeah. I
it
mean,
just seemed a little bit too much.
yeah. I mean, what did you think of the supporting cast of characters? Because this ain't no movie. There's no Mekhi Phifer, but there is a Mekhi Phifer.
Who?
He's Future. He plays Future.
Oh, yes. What a great friend. What a really great friend. I loved that character. There was like never really a moment where he, I thought, like betrays Eminem. Like he's only ever just looking out for his like best intentions or his best, what's it called? You're looking out for someone's
his best interests.
Yeah, best
Yeah.
interests.
Mhm.
Always looking out for him and like was always supportive even through the end. Like it was just such a nice boy.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to comment about the actor? Like he was great too. Great smile.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm not great at like saying how good the performance is until we get into The Greatest Showman. I'll talk about that. I thought everybody did a really good job in this movie, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Eminem maybe a little bit, like sometimes when he was like supposed to be soft or hard, whatever. I was like,
Yeah.
whatever.
But for like his one and only performance, because really
Right.
he played himself in the interview with James Franco and Seth
Haven't seen
Rogen, and I haven't really seen him ever since. I think he was also in Funny People briefly as himself, but this is like his only dramatic film role, and he knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, I think he did a really great job.
But again, he is just kind of playing a version of himself, so
Uh-huh.
maybe that's why.
Right.
Maybe they're yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like the only thing I can take away from this is like his eyes seemed a little bit beady and intense, like for most of the movie, which was a little bit of like weird for me. And there's something else I wanted. Oh yeah, I felt like every single time there was like some sort of like groups of rappers that were on the streets or whatever that were like bad mouthing each other. I was like, do you know how easily like if one of you guys that was getting bad mouthed would just be like, true, like how easily this would be resolved, like to everything.
Yeah.
And also like I did not appreciate whenever somebody like commented on someone just for being fat. I was like, that's rude.
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
stuff's also rude, but that stuff in particular, I was like, that's so rude. And the guys would just sit there and be like,
Yeah, exactly. You know, what are they going to say? They should just
Yeah.
say like, well, I'll fuck you up, which is what they say.
Oh, yeah, no, they do say that. But I think, realistically, if they were just like, whatever, like it would be fine. Because like some of the stuff they're saying is not necessarily not true.
Yeah.
And realistically, that's what the rabbit, is it rabbit?
Yeah.
Right?
Be
Yeah.
rabbit.
Be rabbit.
Little
That's what
bee
he
rabbit.
says in the very end. Like that's what his whole final rap is about,
Oh, yeah.
which is great. I loved that.
I know. I used to do like all those raps. I could do them from memory.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
you were doing a little bit before.
Yeah. So like, look. Now while he stands tough, notice that this man did not put his hands up. This free world's got you jacked up. Something. It was back in like the LimeWire days. You download
Yeah.
these raps and then you'd get
Apparently
500
rapping.
viruses. But
Oh yeah, true.
they were so popular. I this was one of those movies like as a teenager I watched like I don't know 3 times a year.
Really?
Or- yeah, I don't know why because I just loved Eminem so much that I just wanted to watch this movie. Like
That's so
every day.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely watch it again. Like I said, it's a really intense movie. Like there was so many moments where like I was kind of like, oh no, like what's gonna happen? Like shit, why? And like it was just like really well put out, and like you just have so much hate. Oh, you're so like wishy-washy about so many characters. Like his mom, for example.
Mhm.
You're like, oh man, like this is why it's such a toxic relationship, is because she's like, obviously like she's his mom and she like loves him and wants to care for him, but at the same time she's totally like blaming him for like all of their problems. And like it was just like really good. I was like, that exists in the real world, and that's infuriating.
And what about Cheddar Bob? What'd you think of Cheddar
Oh my
Bob?
god, the best. Chetty Bob. Love him. I loved the description of him, and I loved watching him. Yeah, when he shoots himself in the leg, like that's just like so cute. And I think this was because the movie was buffering, so I actually did have to watch it over a couple times because I was being impatient. But the moment where they like set the house on fire
Mhm.
and then Cheddar Bob at the end, like I just thought it was so odd the way the actor like that weird thing where like so Eminem like jumps out of the burning building and like Cheddar Bob throws a football at him and then he's just like, hey, I started the house on fire. I was like, why is that in here?
I don't know. I think
It's so weird.
yeah, I feel like it's one of those moments where they're like, "Oh, just like improvise some stuff."
Yeah, it was
guys."
so odd.
And it's just like, "Oh, I have just read lines this whole time." Okay,
Right. That really is what it felt like. But at the same time, it also kind of felt like guy's tanked out of his mind. Like this character, Cheddar Bob, like I don't think there's too much about his background really involved, but this guy kind of seems like he might be the type that's like working in the factory and has really nothing else going on. I think he wants to be an MC or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, we don't really-
kind of wants to be a rapper. or
Yeah,
something.
but we don't really see him do anything to like achieve that goal
No.
at all.
Yeah,
Like I don't think we even see him like spitting anything in any of like we see the whatever the larger guy's name is. We see
Yeah.
him spit a little.
Oh yeah.
But nothing from Cheddar Bob. Like nothing at all.
No.
So to me, especially in that moment, I was like, this guy's just like a goofy kind
Yeah.
of loser.
He's just the mediocre white guy.
Yeah.
In the group.
But he's a sweetie, little Chetty Bob.
Well, what would you rate this movie?
I rate this again back to Mom's spaghetti, like so many bowls of spaghetti. Like mom came home, not Eminem's mom, but like my mom. My mom came home. She cooked the spaghetti and it was gorgeous. Like it was better than Mom's spaghetti. And yeah, it was really good. Really pleasantly surprised by this
Yeah.
movie.
And then did you see Eminem open Mom's Spaghetti Shop lately in Detroit?
I heard about
Yeah.
that and I think that's fucking stupid. I think that's the dumbest thing.
Oh,
He's only
past 8 Mile. Yeah.
No, he's only cooking though like shitty spaghetti.
Yeah, it's just shitty spaghetti for like $8
$8
or something like that. It was not expensive, like compared to
$8 for spaghetti
the big old
for
Toronto
shitty
prices.
spaghetti.
Yeah, just for shitty.
Should be like $2.
Okay. He's got to make a little bit of a profit.
That's absurd. That's just so dumb to me. I don't like that at all.
Okay, well, we're jumping from Eminem.
It doesn't even seem like fan service at this point.
No,
like it just seems like it almost seems like he's shitting on Detroit a little bit too.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, get your shitty spaghetti,
Yeah.
Detroit. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, like whatever.
All right. Well, we're jumping from Eminem and
Okay.
going to Hugh Jackman. Tell us about The Greatest Showman.
So right off the bat, this movie opens with a musical number. And obviously we talked about it and I knew it was going to be really musical, but the music was starting to piss me off after like the third time it started to come on. But anyways, it opens and it literally reminded me of like those old Panic at the Disco music videos. Like that's what it looked like. Do you ever remember when Panic at the Disco was like very like Cirque du Soleil kind of whatever, like freak show
Were they
sort of
all
thing?
like that or just
I want to
that one song?
maybe the one where the like they're like then how does it go?
Isn't that like
It's like
am I thinking of a different?
is a whore. I'm down in with the haven't you people ever heard of? Closing the goddamn door.
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, at first I thought I was like, wasn't that Fall Out Boy? No, that was Panic.
That was Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
And this opening scene, very much that music video, I would say.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hold the mic a little closer.
Well, he's just like a circus ringleader in there, and
Yeah. So, I actually, like, as much as I shat on it in the retelling, I was like, this will be more fun to watch. And then I was like, fuck, I hate this movie. Like, as it started, I hated it because it took literally an hour for any fucking conflict to happen, which pissed me off. Like, I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, this looks like the end right here. And like every like fucking 10 minutes, I was like, is this the end scene? Like, when is something gonna fucking happen that's going wrong? And ultimately, it's just that.
Well, it starts in conflict. He's a poor boy. He's poor. That's the conflict for like the first hour.
But it's not really because they gloss over it with like freaking not a mosaic.
Michelle? No.
No.
Oh, montage.
With montages. They gloss over it so fast with montages that you don't actually feel that as a conflict at all.
True.
So like I was pissed off about that. But
But every night he lies awake with a million dreams in his head.
Yeah, cute.
Or something.
Cute. Like you got, okay, sure. Like, yes, the guy's a go-getter. Like he made it happen for himself. Great inspiration. But he is just very sketchy throughout like 90% of the movie too. And it's really not until like the very last part of the movie that you are like, okay, I guess he wasn't that bad. But like
In the movie.
in the movie, yeah, too. And like, yeah, it just felt so off to me that like so many things I want to talk about. First, so off to me that like the whole idea, the whole concept of like bringing freaks into this like thing for people to look at them, and he's literally manipulating them to be like, no, they're gonna love you, and at no point are they loved.
No.
At no point are they loved.
It's
They're
true.
literally just used.
It's like not even the end, really. It's just the people came back like, oh, the freaks are back.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
laughing at them.
Exactly. Like there's no point in the movie where he does anything good necessarily for the people that are in his show.
But that's why like Hugh Jackman is so perfect for this role, because at no point have I ever thought of Hugh Jackman and went scumbag. Like
No,
ever.
I did.
Really?
Not like in person, but I'm saying in this movie.
In my mind though,
absolutely.
like everything, it's just like, oh my God, I don't know, he's just so, in real life he's just so charming and
Sure.
so like cool. that
No,
I'm just like,
sometimes he
could
looks
never
like a
be
bit of a
skunk.
rat. So I think that, sometimes I can definitely see him in that light.
Okay.
And absolutely for Greatest Showman. Also, I think we noted this, like the character that is like supposed to be ridiculously small,
Mm-hmm.
he's voiced over for some reason.
Yeah. So it's not his real voice.
It's not his real voice. And also
throughout the whole movie, not
throughout
just
the
the
whole
singing
movie.
voice. It's not his, like the singing
It's
voice and his
not none
voiceover
of
voice is
it-
the same. I think. Yeah.
None of it is the actual person's voice.
Yeah.
Not sure why. I didn't actually go to cross-check this information, but he does actually look like just a young boy.
Yeah.
So-
I know he's definitely like a little person, but he's actually not as short as what this little person was supposed to be. So he did a lot of it on his knees.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
No, but his face also just looked like really, really young.
He does. Yeah.
There was only maybe one thing within like his teeth that maybe would be like, okay, maybe you're an adult, but I never checked.
Yeah.
Like for sure, this is a person
No,
that's not a
this
young.
person was supposed to be like, the actor I think was probably like in their 20s.
Okay.
But I think this character was definitely supposed to be like 30 to 40s, especially the
Right,
voice.
right,
Sometimes
right.
the voice would come out and be like, "How you doing?"
Yeah,
And
it
it's
was
like, what the
really
fuck?
weird. It was really odd. Like, I'm not sure why they even cast that guy. Like, maybe he was the only person they found that had the voice they wanted. Like,
No, but
No,
he
but
didn't
they
have the
voiced over
voice.
it
Yeah.
anyways.
No, that's
like I literally actually don't know
I don't
why
know.
they cast this person.
probably maybe to try to like make him look, because it's definitely based on a real life person.
Sure,
And I think
okay.
they tried to cast someone who looked as close as possible
Okay.
to that person.
Okay.
Maybe I'll fact check that later.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, this is one that, yeah, surprisingly, like I don't think I was paying as much attention because I was super angry and also I was cooking my dinner at the same time. But like, I gotta say, when Zac Efron came on to the show, when he and Hugh Jackman did their first number together, I was like, why is it that when Hugh Jackman did this part, like it just looked so goofy and like so theatrical, and now that Zac Efron's doing it, like I'm interested again.
I mean, it's true. Zac Efron has this like quality.
He brought
that he's
something
not-
to it.
He's not Broadway.
Right.
He's good in movie musicals. So is Hugh Jackman, but Hugh
Right.
Jackman definitely has that Broadway theater vibe, whereas as Zac Efron is like film singing. Like he's like, I don't know. He's just cooler
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah,
He's
I
not
guess
as big.
like
He's a little more subtle.
right. And I think for me, like as a woman that's like attracted to men, I was like, oh, like Hugh Jackman doing this is a little bit too flamboyant, like not as interesting to me. And then when Zac Efron did it for some reason, even though he was doing the almost exact same motions, it was different. And I was like, okay, I can watch this again. I'm going to do it again.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Like,
then
yeah, because he literally comes on and does the exact same song at
he
the
literally,
end.
yeah, exactly. And that part I will say was a little bit more flamboyant too, for sure.
Mhm.
But whatever, it was the end of the movie. I was done anyways. So I do want to say though, when like the relationship with Zendaya and Zac Efron is so fucking weird in the sense that they catch eyes as she's doing fucking trapeze, which I think is just like a little much. I was like, okay, that's stupid.
She should be focusing on her job. She could die.
Well, she was probably, and this guy was literally right in front of her, and he's just like, magic moment.
yeah.
And then I don't think they like actually talk like really at all before he tries to hold her hand.
They just sing and have moments.
No, yeah. There's like no conversations with them at all. Randomly, Zac Efron has like been eyeing her. And then finally, like they're watching, I forget what it was, the opera.
Yeah.
They're watching the opera and he like holds her hand. And it's like, okay, I guess they're dating now. And then he takes her to the opera and his parents are like, no, sorry, he was ashamed. And then he wasn't ashamed and he took her to the opera.
Yeah.
And then his parents saw it and they were like, know your place or whatever. And he's like, this is what I want to do. Like, fuck you. And then Zendaya, like, despite all that, she was just like, no, we still can't be together. And it was like, bruh, if the guy I was seeing was like, you know, taking a stand for me in that way, I'd be like, okay, it seems fine. I think we'll be fine.
Different race relations back then, though. So
I guess. But in the end, then she cared again when he almost died.
yeah, because then she realized like that she truly did love him.
Okay, took him dying though.
Yeah.
Like those.
Almost dying.
Took him almost
just
dying.
just on the edge.
Yeah.
Well, what was your favorite song that you hated?
Oh no, my favorite song was when the like all of the entertainers got really like I don't remember what it was called. I don't even
This Is
remember
Me?
really how it goes. Yes.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
I mean
one.
that's the one I think was nominated for an Oscar, I believe. But that's an amazing song.
That one was really great. The bearded lady, especially, in that
Oh, yeah.
she was just like,
She is very good.
so pumped about her.
There's if y'all want to go on YouTube, there's a behind the scenes like video of
Really?
when they did a first
cool.
when they did a first read through of it, and she did the song, but like just in like a weird rehearsal room, and it is so fucking emotional.
Is it?
Yeah. Do you want to watch it? Let's just watch it.
I do. I
live
really
on
do.
Camera. Yeah.
Can we?
I think this is watching these behind the scenes. They made me appreciate the movie before because like you can see this is before it was even greenlit. They're so dedicated to it. Like Hugh Jackman loved it.
Right.
I think some of the people in this room are not in the movie. Yeah.
But they just had this experience
There we go.
with them.
I know.
Pretty epic. Like that's definitely one of the best songs for sure. Yeah, I still didn't love the movie though.
Yeah.
Music is really great. It's I guess fun to look at, but I hated everything else about it.
Well, that's okay. You can't win them all.
Yeah, I will say I'm really glad that Hugh Jackman, and I forgot this, that his character didn't like cheat on his wife. I'm just glad that
That's true,
didn't happen, or at least that's part of this story.
Yeah, I think it. Even though he's exploiting, people with disabilities and all that kind of stuff. I think having him cheat on his wife would have put it over the edge. You would have been like, fuck this dude.
Yeah, totally. But also, I just thought that part with that opera singer was so interesting that like she was trying to make a move and then she got really upset basically when he didn't want to. And she was like, so I'm just like one of your like, what does she say?
I don't know.
Something like I'm just like, one of,
like
your
one of your freaks,
entertainers.
but
I don't think she says freaks.
No.
She says like, so I'm just part of your show or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, you fucking
I'm
idiot.
paying you. This
Yeah.
is a contract. This is a
Like,
working
what
business
did you
relationship.
think? Yeah, like I was literally like, you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Like, what else?
Don't shit where you
Also,
don't
you
shit where
knew
you
he
eat.
had a fucking wife and kids, you tyrant.
Tyrant.
I
I've never
don't
heard
know.
that to describe someone who is
I just think she has the same energy as a tyrant.
true. That's true. Well,
That's why I said it.
what are you giving this movie after you've seen it now?
Like a 2.
Out of
Who fucking cares? Just a 2.
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
We I mean Dan and I
Which
love
sucks
this movie.
because, Dan really loved it. And I'm going to be shitting on it again. But, like, buddy, baby, come on.
Yeah.
Like, it was a bad movie.
I mean, the music are bangers.
the
though.
music's great.
Yeah.
Great.
Right.
But fucking pissed me off. And not in the way that I think it's supposed to. You
I
know
know,
how, like,
yeah.
some movies are supposed to piss you off, get you right upset, and
Yeah.
then whatever. This one didn't do it intentionally, I don't think.
No. Well,
Yeah.
that's I think been Alenka's mid-month movie reviews.
Yeah, baby.
You can follow us, Haven't Seen a Podcast, on Instagram at Haven't Seen a Podcast, and on Facebook at Haven't Seen a Podcast, and on Twitter at Haven't_seen_it. And you can go to our website, haven'tseenapodcast.com, where you can listen to all the episodes that we have out there and see the big list of movies that we're going to work through for this little bonus episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you go over there and listen to episode 12, Greatest Showman, and episode 47, 8 Mile.
8 Mile.
And,
Definitely watch 8 Mile.
Yeah. And then listen to everything else, you know?
Yeah. Well, on that note, I guess. Actually, honestly, you should actually wrap up.
Oh, I should wrap up.
You
yeah,
should.
This is the inaugural
version.
I'm like
We're figuring
I'm
it
the main
out.
host for this one. You're my guest, sort of.
Oh, yay. That's
Yeah.
so true.
Well,
Okay.
on that note, everyone, rap is better than musicals, I guess.
Sure. Great wrap up.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.